And hey my loves, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jane Frances Izuni, and if you're stopping by for the very first time, you're welcome. In this channel I create DIY beautiful and trending hairstyles with the most affordable extensions. You don't have to spend a lot to get a good hairdo. There is always a cheat code and I am here to show you that. Now, if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely subscribe to the channel and turn your post notification bell to stay tuned. Now, for my OGs, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to achieve this beautiful goddess locks with this wool right here. Now, this video was requested by a loving subscriber who is always there, like very supportive, likes, comment every single time I upload a video. Now, I knew I had to create this for her. So this is for you, Chisom Dominica. Shout out to you. Now I started by cutting the hair to my desired length, pulling it apart to feather the ends and brushing that out. Now I'll be prepping the wool two different ways for this locks. Now there is the base hair and there is the wrapping hair. For the wrapping hair, I'm going to be curling that with my straw. I just take that amount of hair and twist and turn that around the straw, and when I get to the end, the tiny piece that is left, I tie that really tight to secure that. I do not use bobby pins or elastic band to hold that in place. I just tie it really tight at the end to secure the curls that I've made. And once I am done with one side, I move over to the other side and do the same thing. And because the straw is long, I'm going to be doing two curls in one. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it for the wrapping hair. You should have something like this once you're done. I'm gonna do the rest off camera and set that aside. Now for the base hair, I will just be braiding that halfway down and then tying a knot to secure the braid. Now I'm gonna do about 2 to 3 or just the right amount that will be enough for the entire locks that I will be making, and that's about that for the base hair. Now this is what you should have by the time you are done with this. I cannot eyeball this and knew that this was going to be enough for the entire locks that I'll be making. Now I put both the base hair and the wrapping hair into this bowl, added some conditioner and pour some hot water over it. Now you have to use boiling hot water. Like, don't wait for it for a second. Merely it boils, just pour it over immediately. And the trick is to let it soak for a while, because this is not as soft as your regular Kanekalon braiding hair. So let it soak for a while. Now, because I could not submerge these ones, the wrapping hair, completely into the boiling hot water, I had to keep pouring that over and over and over again to make sure that the hot water gets it really well. Now you have to do this to avoid all the complaints that I've been getting from people that this doesn't take hot water really well. You have to do this. So I let that sit overnight to air dry, and I took the base hair down, and this is what you have right there. Now for the wrapping hair, I'm just going to take that out of the straw, trim the ends, and separate it, because that's how I'll be using it for the locks. Now for the base hair, I actually braided that halfway because I just needed the texture around the part that I'll be wrapping the ends. I'm gonna call it anyway, so I don't need that texture right there. So just in case you have that question, I hope this answers it. So now that we are done with prepping both the base and the wrapping hair, over to the real deal. Now I had to tie this cable around my desk to use this for the locks. So I take a little piece of the base hair like so, I twist it a little bit individually, and I twist it together about 2 to 3 times and then tie a knot to secure that. If you do this, you're going to have a very smooth, nice loop at the end. Now I attach the wrapping hair with a crochet and drag the sides that I'll be wrapping with to be longer, and the shorter side I hold together with the base hair. Now I wrap this tight 2 to 3 times at the beginning, and I start wrapping freely. As you can see, as I go, I fluff out that wrapping hair even more, just to give me that perfect textured locks that I was going for. And I am also wrapping this loose, not super loose, not tight, so that way you get the perfect texture. And now once I get to this point, I join both the one that I was holding down with the base hair and the one I was wrapping with together, and wrap that to the finish. Once I get to the end, I wrap that really tight to secure that properly. And once I am done wrapping, I just rub that in between my palms. And guys, that is about that. Have you liked the video yet? If you haven't, please click the thumbs up button and like the video. Subscribe too if you haven't, and keep watching to see the outcome. I mean, you have already seen that, but just keep watching so you don't miss out on any details at all. So this is what I have by the time I was done with the entire locks, looking good already. Now over to curling the ends. I just take about 78 locks, brush the ends thoroughly and curl that with my flexi rod. Now I just place the rod like so. Now curl the bend one end to hold the locks in place, and then I start to twist and turn. Now you can see the spaces that I am leaving in between. If you want the looser type of curls that I have, you have to space that properly in between. And that's about that for curling. I just repeat the same thing on the rest, and I'll be back when I'm done. Now this is what you should have if you have curled that properly. And the next step is dipping this in some hot water and letting it sit for a minute. Like I told you guys earlier, you have to let this sit for a while. Now I am submerging the curls inside the hot water to make sure that every single part of the curls sets really well, and that it gets enough hot water that is supposed to. Okay, and once I am done letting it sit, I take that out and towel dry that. Now I let this sit for a few minutes. It is still damp, but not like wet or soaking wet or anything like that. So, but it's not completely dry. So once I let that sit for like 20 to 30 minutes, I take down the curls and trim off the ends. So guys, I just separate the locks, and that is the very last thing to do on this. And just let the seed to dry completely, and your locks are perfectly ready for installation. Look at that texture right there. Look at how beautiful that this turned out. And here again, so look at that loop right there, so smooth. even if you're going to attach this to the root of your hair, it's not going to snag or cause any friction. Now I had to call another wrapping hair for this method, just the same way I did initially, and I am going to also separate it because that's how I'll be using it for the locks. So I'm gonna let you watch this because it's self-explanatory, but if you do want a detailed tutorial on locks installation this same way, I do have that on my channel, and I'll be putting the links to that in the description box below. So I also ended up attaching some little, deep wave curls on the hair, and guys, this is what it looks like. But I'm not satisfied yet because I just want some blunt cut and something a lot shorter. So I'm just gonna hold it like so and cut it, give it like a sharp cut, a blunt cut, sharp cut, blunt cut. Guys, I don't know. Guys, this is the finished look. Like, I am living for this. Take a look at me. Like, the brown color, it's giving. For the records, this is color 33 and it is giving what it's supposed to give on my brown skin. I live for this. I love it. 1.5 pack of this wool is going to give you this look. If you want something fuller, just 2 packs is going to be enough for you. And this style was really easy to achieve. Please subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below. You can make your own video request and I'll make that available for you guys. Thanks for stopping by. See you guys on my next one. Stay blessed, stay fabulous. Bye guys.